Hi, Josh here today with Evergreen Tutorials, and I'm going to show you how to use the day function in Excel 2016. First thing we're going to do is just try it out. Equals day, and I'm going to put in 15-APR-11. We look at that, 15 April of 2011, and we get an error. Oh no. Let's try this again. So we're going to delete that. What we're going to do now is put in 15-APR-11. Microsoft will look at that and say, oh, that's a date. So now we're going to type in equals day, left parenthesis, and click up here on 15 April 11, reference the cell, or we could just type in F9, and that will highlight that and let you know that the F9 is that cell. Right parenthesis, enter, and there we go. We have the 15th day of April. It returns to us 15, the 15th day of the month. And the day function is used to return the day of the month of a given date. Now, I can also change 15 April 11 to something unrecognizable as 40,648. The day function will still look at that and be like, oh, it's the 15th day. That 40,000 is the days after January 1st, 1900. Excel counts every single day after 1900, and it gets to 43,000, and that's our serial number for the day. So the day function works as equals day and then the serial number. And here we see we have the same data, it's just it's formatted differently. So 1/12/2018 is the same as 43,112. One example of the day function is when I was in elementary school, they gave us all pencils, and they called every student who had a birthday on maybe the 2nd or the 13th day of the month, and we would go to the office and we'd get pencils. It was cool. Especially if you had a summer birthday and you never really got called up for your birthday. So I'm going to put in birthday, day, type in equals day, left parenthesis, and I'm going to reference this data over here, the birthday, right parenthesis, enter. Now instead of typing this in equals day, left, and going on, we can use the bottom right part of this cell. It's a little green box. Drag that down. And we have the birthday day of the month all listed in a numbered list here. Except for the bottom, it threw an error there. Well, like I said about days after January 1st, 1900, any days before that are not recognized as a date by Excel. So if you look up here in the number format, each of these is recognized as date until we get to the last one, even though it might look like a date. I'm going to assume that this student wasn't born 300 some years ago and change that to a 9, and it fixes that. So now we can see that they were born on the 2nd day of the month. Now from this, if I'm the office secretary, I can just sort A to Z, and this will sort my data. I can also make a table out of it. So select all these, format as table, blue, my table as headers, and there we go. I can now sort these birthday days. And I can see that, oh, Misty, Oak, and Terry have birthdays on day 12. I'm going to call them up in the office because it's day 12, and I'm going to give them all blue pencils. I'm Josh here with Evergreen Tutorials, and now you know how to use the day function. If you have any questions, please comment, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Have a nice day.